Okay, in this video, what I'm going to do is set up a new type of trade with a couple of adjustments. So this is an iron condor on Amazon, and this is going to be a bit of a longer term trade than the stuff I've been doing in my other videos. Those were usually week, maybe 2 week long trades. This is going to be about a month. This iron condor I have set up. It is 30 days away and expiring December 18th. And I've set up a $20,000 trade. There are 20 contracts. The spread is $10 wide and it's 30 days away. So this will be a longer term trade. And the thinking behind this is time decay is going to be maximum the first 3 weeks of this trade. And on the fourth week, it slows down a lot. So I'm thinking that this will be a 3 week trade, even though it's set up for 4 weeks out. The goal is to take it off at the end of the third week, hopefully getting about 10% return off of this trade. So if this is a $20,000 trade, the goal is to get at least $2,000 of profit out of this trade. So I have this iron condor set up, and what I want to do that's different is add some protection to both of the wings. So iron condors are great if the stock goes down a little bit or up a little bit. You can still, as long as it stays in the zone, you can still make the full profit of 3,900. And it's moving a little bit right now because this is an open market. So, but one of the things that is negative about the iron condor is that it's not great at handling big moves up and down. So if the stock were to make a big push upwards, you can see that the loss is substantial. If it were to expire worthless, you would lose $16,000. So that's not good. So the iron condor is not good at handling big moves up and down, and that's really the weakness of this strategy, because they're great to set up, but when you lose big. And even when the stock moves down, let's say I place this iron condor right now, and then 2 days later, Amazon makes a big move down. Well, now you're staring at a $2,500 loss, and you're forced to wait or make an adjustment and take a loss. Either you take a loss by making an adjustment, or you have to wait for time decay to push this purple line up so that you can get out of this trade with either at a break even or a small profit. So that's really the problem with this iron condor, and why I have these extra options set up down here. So what I'm doing is I'm placing this trade, the base iron condor, in the 18th of December. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up into these earlier weeklies, the 27th of November, and I'm going to buy both a long and a put in this earlier series. So I'm going to buy the call and the put at the short strikes of the iron condor. And when I do that, this is what happens. I'm going to switch on the call, and I'm going to switch on the put. So now what it does is it adds a bit of protection to this trade. Look at this purple line. The purple line is now basically flat. It's basically flat. So if the stock were to make a big move upwards, there wouldn't be any money lost. It's because the long call is protecting this position. So that's really what I want to try out. I want to try the Iron Condor and see if it's effective by adding these single options as protection. Now, I do not expect these options to move in the money. What these are sacrifice plays. I'm putting these options on without the expectation of them expiring in the money. So as you can see, the total profit of the Iron Condor went from 3,900 to 3,600, and that's okay. I'm giving up a little bit of profit on the Iron Condor to add these protective wings to the Iron Condor. So you can see if there's a big move upward, it doesn't matter because the long call is sufficiently covering the loss from the credit spread. So I can even go into the next series, the 4th of December. And what I can do there is I can add a call and a put again. And so you can see that the purple line is now shooting upwards. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to go into the 4th of December right now and buy these options because they're kind of expensive. 780 and 540, and that takes a big chunk out of the profit of the base Iron Condor. So I would probably wait a little bit if I were to pick these up. So I will probably just add the 27th of November right now. And I might even wait a bit because Amazon is kind of just hanging out in the middle here. What I would want to do is wait to see if it breaks in either direction. So if I see it trending upward, like it moves up 30, 40 bucks towards the call side, what I'll do is I will add a call. I will add the protective call to this side because Amazon is clearly trending upwards. Likewise, if it started selling off, I would probably buy the put, and that would add this protective upwards curve to the profit line on the Iron Condor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the base Iron Condor right now. And then I'm going to maybe wait a few days and see which way Amazon is trending. And then I'm going to buy these protective options to the trade. These are basically sacrificial plays. These are sacrifice plays. I don't expect them to expire in the money. I have the expectation that they will expire worthless. They're basically insurance. They're insurance against a big move in the stock price. Remember, the Iron Condor doesn't like big moves, so these single options will help neutralize the negative aspects of the Iron Condor. So that is what I am going to do. So for right now, what I'm going to do now is place this trade. Let's see, we've got about 4,000 in premium. So I'm going to, oops, wrong one. I'm going to duplicate order. Got a mid price of 110. So I'll go ahead and send that. Then let's see, duplicate order. Okay, and that got filled. The mid price is 82. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's see, now it's 85. Go ahead and send that. See if it gets filled. See. There we go. because Amazon is just sort of chilling in the middle here, I'm going to wait a few days to see which way the stock trends before I start adding these protective options to the trade. If it moves too far, like I say, if it gets to 50% of the way to this wing, okay, great, that got filled. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll this whole spread over. So if it gets to 50% of the way there, I'm just going to close this position and I'm going to open up a new credit spread further out. So let's say I've got maybe, I don't know, a $600-700 loss on this spread when I close it. What I would want to do is make sure that I get at least 60 to 70 cents of credit on the new spread. So that way it will basically be a break even or a net positive credit. That way I'm not losing any money. I'm just giving up profit on the entire trade. So I think that's my adjustment point. If it gets to halfway, I'm going to roll this position over. And if Amazon moves up maybe 50, 60 points, I think that's a clear trend, and I'm going to start adding on these single calls to give protection to my profit line here. So that's the plan. I'm going to check on this trade every day, and I will make a video if I'm adding anything or making any adjustments. So it is November 18th. It's Wednesday. So I will make another video if I have an update for this trade, and let's hope it works out. I'm pretty excited to see how this trade performs.